Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Every hustler getting paid. Where the hustle go come the pay. Your own in no go take. Amen. If you don't find work to your own, God self go to his own, and flesh go cover bone. Amen. Amen. If you believe it, say amen. If you believe it, say amen. If you believe it, say amen. 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 Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Sister where one man receives until where they find begin. One day you go born twins. Amen. Amen. They're not where don't losing job. Landlord come they do like God. One day you go be landlord. Amen. Amen. Good news go locate you. Watch and see it no go take. If you believe it, say amen. No. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand go walk. Your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Long life go follow you. Strangers go favor you. Great men go honor you. Amen. Amen. One day you go.
This is Lagoon Radio.
All right, good morning this great Wednesday morning, beautiful people, and a very big welcome to you as you join the conversation today on Wealth Folio. And today is the first edition of Wealth Folio on Lagoon Radio. Wealth Folio is your business and finance show at Lagoon Radio, broadcasting live to you from Marina, Lagos. And of course, Lagoon Radio is the #1 online gospel radio powered by the Diocese of Lagos, Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion. And our social media are at Lagoon Radio Nigeria on Facebook, on Instagram and Twitter at Lagoonradio.Ng, and our YouTube channel LagoonTV. I'll be your host for this show, and my name is Olabisi Simidele. The time is 4 minutes past the hour of 11 a.m. Kindly stay connected, and we'll be right back after this music break.
This is Lagoon Radio.
Don't know how it is you looked at me and saw the person that I could be, awakening my heart, breaking through the dark, suddenly your grace, like sunlight burning at midnight, making my joy inside I can't contain, but even perfect days can end in rain. I know it's pouring down, I see you through the clouds, shining on my face, like sunlight burning at midnight, making my life something so
All right, you're welcome back. And today, basically, we'll be discussing business finance. But before that, I would want to give us an overview of what we'll be doing on Wealthfolio and many more. Wealthfolio, like I said earlier, is a business and finance show that gives you tips about smart investing, how to learn about investing, the best way to invest money, what a beginner should invest in, how to pitch your business ideas to investors, how to make your product irresistible to your target market, and how to go about your business, the tech part of business, and what have you. When I say smart investing is this kind of DIY tool, a do-it-yourself tool that actually helps investors make smart investment decisions about using data analysis and visual chart. And that was why I mentioned the tech part. And the smart investment is done after analyzing all the risks associated with an investment and the associated returns. And there are various avenues where one can invest in, such as stocks, real estate, mutual funds, and all that. So for stock market investing, the smart investor would have to analyze fundamentals, valuation, intrinsic value, momentum, pledged shares, and debt structure at the very least before making an investment. So while there are various avenues to learn, such as books, blogs, YouTube videos, we found a very easy avenue, and that's why we've brought Wealthfolio to you at Lagoon Radio. And it won't take you a lot of time finding the right information to learn. And Wealthfolio will be coming to you every Wednesday between the hour of 11 to 11:45 thereabout. So we've created this show specially for you. So basically, the best way to invest is in assets, really, and which would generate high returns with a calculated amount of risk. And there are various avenues to invest in, like I said, the real estate, the stock, the mutual fund, the debt structure, etc. So stocks are considered to be the best asset class, and have given highest returns historically over a long period of time. So as a beginner, what should you invest in? What you should invest in as a beginner is various assets, such as mutual funds, real estate, stocks, and on this show would actually be having guests that will be coming to grace this show, and would also be giving us insight on what to do. And basically, are actually in support of treasury bill as well, and forex and what have you. And I used to say that investors, if you want to be an investor, or if you want to invest, just try as much as possible to have an understanding of forex, and at the same time, with the way the stock market is, over the weekend, a naira is 602 per dollar. So over the weekend, you would agree with me that it's better to even earn in hard currencies such as US dollars. So you just have to look for a particular kind of investment you can do that can bring in payment for you in dollars. So you want to know what you can do. Stay glued to Wealthfolio Lagoon Radio. So now we would also be talking about how to pitch your business ideas to investors. How do you pitch your business ideas to investors? Let me just give you some tips by creating a presentation, by practicing your pitch, outlining the problem with a story, and this problem should address your outline should address the problem you're solving in the marketplace. Then also you should have your solution. Keep your solution short, concise, and easy for investors to explain, and easy for you to explain to investors, and also easy for the investors to explain to others. Then your target market. Basically, your target market shouldn't be everyone, because a lot of should I say, business owners now, you want everyone to be your target market. It's just as if you're deceiving yourself, because basically your target market can't be everyone. So you have to understand your target market, and you have to, as much as possible, explain to your investors, or make your investors understand who and you your target market is, and not everyone. So that's basically that about that. So then as much as we have that, we also have your successes, or before your successes, your revenue and business model. You should actually have a business model, and also you should have your successes, your early traction and milestone, customer acquisition, your financial projections, competition, your funding needs. Talking about competition, there are a lot of people. Okay, take for example, we have a lot of people doing drop shipping now, and if everyone is doing drop shipping, who wants to sell to who? You understand? So you have to understand the market out there, and also understand your competition, and also let your investors know about your competition and how, and you have to come up with a kind of strategy to shine your competitors. So by that, your investors would actually know what you're doing. They'll be convinced you know what you're doing. So then don't hesitate to make your funding needs known, your exit strategy as well, follow up, taking feedback, and also refining. With all of that, you'll be able to pitch your business ideas to investors. Then you also have to make your business or your product and services irresistible. When your products and services are irresistible, then you're good to go. What I mean by irresistible is such as emphasizing the immediate benefit of your product by having a solid understanding of the problem of your prospect, and also trying to understand the problem your prospect is trying to solve. So that means if you're in an environment that they find it so difficult, or they go through stress before buying a particular product, or they have to go all out, travel like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before they could get a particular commodity. You have it within your capacity to actually push it out in that environment. With that, you see yourself coming up, and with that, you just see yourself making waves in your business. So you need to have that idea. Then also creating a sense of urgency by emphasizing how the purchase of your product can provide an immediate solution or relief to their problem. I've actually talked about that. So it would actually make your product as irresistible as ever. And before you know it, you don't even need to go all out to start marketing yourself. Your customers, your immediate customers, will be the one to market you, and by that your business will start to grow. And don't forget, after making your product irresistible, you need to maintain that standard. If you cannot go higher, maintain the standard, but never ever go lower. All right, so that is that about the introduction to this show. And let's go on this brief music break, and we'll be right back to talk about our business finance for today. Stay connected to Lagoon Radio. Don't go anywhere.
This is Lagoon Radio.
I'm at a loss for words, there's nothing to say. I sit in silence, wondering what led me to this place. How did my heart become so lifeless and cold? Where did the passion go? When all my efforts seem like chasing the wind, I've used up all my strength and there's nothing left to give. I've lost the feeling and I'm numb to the core. I can't fake it anymore. Here I am at the end, I'm in need of resurrection. Only you can take this empty shell and raise it from the dead. What I've lost to the world, what seems far beyond redemption, you can take the pieces in your hand and make me whole again. Again. You and all creation falls to its knees. You raise your hand and calm the waves of the raging sea. You have a way of turning winter to spring. Make something beautiful out of all this suffering. Here I am once again. I'm in need of resurrection. Only you can take this empty shell and raise it from the dead. But I'm lost to the world. What seems far beyond redemption. You can take the pieces in your hand and make me whole again. You have a way of turning winter to spring. Make something beautiful out of all this suffering. Here I am once again. I'm in need of resurrection. Only you can take this empty shell and raise it from the dead. I'm in need of resurrection. Only you can raise me from the dead. You can take the pieces in your hand and make me whole again.
This is Lagoon Radio.
All right, you're welcome back, and you are still on to Lagoon Radio, broadcasting live to you from Arena, Lagos. Don't forget, you can join the conversation by dropping your comment on our social media platforms: Facebook at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, and Instagram and Twitter at Lagoonradio.Ng. And you can also call on our studio line on 08189 Lagoon, 08189524666, 08189524666. So briefly today, we'll be talking about business finance, and what we basically cover is an overview of business finance, the importance, and some key takeaways. Did you know that mismanaged finances are most small businesses' biggest threat? According to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, around 20% of small businesses fail within the first year. But by the end of their fifth year, roughly 50% have closed their doors. And according to the same study, a huge 82% of these businesses failed because of poor business finance, which includes poor cash flow management and understanding of their own finances. This is a perfect illustration of how important business finance is. But what exactly is business finance? We'll go through and also highlight the importance it has to plan with any sized business, whether you're a small scale business, middle scale, large scale, whatever scale business you want to do. Basically, business finance is funding a business need for commercial purposes, and it's the money business owners require to start, which is a capital, and also the money a business owner requires to run or expand a business. And this finance can come from a number of different places, which includes investments, business loans, crowdfunding, grants, and what have you. So, and for investment, investors may choose to invest capital in a business in the hopes of seeing their investment rise after a set amount of time. And that's why you see a lot of people wanting to invest in businesses that will give them a good ROI, a huge ROI, whereby you as the business owner and they as the investors, you actually have your own profit. I've seen businesses that have as high as 100% ROI, 150% ROI, so investors will actually want to invest in that kind of business, and it would the duration of time too also is very important. There are businesses you can invest in with 600,000 naira, and after a year you get about 2 million naira. Just calculate the percentage of the ROI. It really makes sense. And I actually mentioned example of those businesses earlier in this show. For example, the real estate, and that's why we have our Land House and Radio show here every Tuesday between the hour of 10 and 11 p.m. to make you know more about real estate and to know where to invest in and where not to invest in if you're interested in the real estate aspect. So another place that finance can come from is business loan, because some business owners prefer to get a loan from financial institutions and pay back over a particular agreed period of time. But to me, I used to say that if you're starting a business, please do not go near loan. Because if you go near loan, at the end of the day, so that you will not finish. You get what I'm saying? So that the loan will not loan you at the end of the day. And a lot of people would want to start a business and take a loan, and at the end of the day, it's Bamule Lantern that it will end the whole thing. You understand? So if you're starting a business afresh, please do not, I repeat, do not go for a loan if you're starting a business afresh. Because let me repeat the research I made again. Did you know that mismanaged finances are most small businesses' biggest threat? And according to the data of U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, around 20% of small businesses will fail within the first year. So this is not a matter of blood of Jesus cover my business, blood of Jesus cover me. Wisdom is profitable to direct. All right, talking about crowdfunding, that's another place. There's been a rise of crowdfunding websites, and so many businesses are turning to the public as a source of finance. So crowdfunding too, if you don't know about it, do not enter it. But if you know about it, you can enter it with your full chest. Then also grants. This actually my most interested platform, like grant. I really love grant a lot. Like grant is a set amount of money that a government, a company, or an organization can give, and they actually have a high rate of advantage, as you do not have to pay back the money, but you need to have your business plan. You need to do your feasibility studies and all of that. Then also, although they tend to be very difficult to acquire, because grant is a 5-letter word, but it's not as easy as it spells. It's very, very difficult to acquire because you have to go through a lot of processes. You need to provide a lot of things, and that would actually show that you know what you're actually doing and you are ready to go into this particular business. Don't forget, as a business starter. So now let me just give differences between business loan and grant. As a business starter, if you're starting a business for the first time, I would advise you go for grant. Then after you go for grant, keep your business running. Then if you feel that you need to expand it, then you can go for a business loan. And do not forget, if you're starting a business, you need to supervise that business as much as possible, because if you just leave the business like that and assign it to someone else, my dear, forget it. Even if the person has the face of an angel, the person might break your heart and you might end up eating breakfast, and at the end of the day, you end up not getting your money back, your capital, your profit, your investment, what have you. You might end up not getting it back. Let's go on another music break, and we'll be right back to discuss the finance aspect and also the importance of business finance and the key takeaways, because I have some takeaway packs for you, and we'll be right back.
This is Lagoon Radio.
I feel it in the wind, you're about to ride in. You said that you would pour your spirit out. You said that you would fall on sons and daughters. So come.
This is Lagoon Radio.
All right, you're welcome back. And let me just give a brief summary of what we actually discussed previously before going into the finance aspect. We talked about smart investing, how to learn about investing, the best way to invest money, what a beginner should invest in, how to pitch your business ideas to investors, how to make your products and services irresistible, and what business finance is. The places where finance can come from, which we made mention of investments, business loan, crowdfundings, grant, and what have you, and emphasizing that business starters should not go near loan. They should actually try grant instead, because if you have a very great business idea, grant will actually work for you. Finance is actually the foundation of any business, and it's highly impossible to succeed without a strong finance in place. So if you say you have a business and there's no finance, it's very, very impossible to succeed without finance in place. And you use finance to purchase assets, to purchase goods, to purchase raw materials and all that. And essentially anything that will push your business forward, you actually need finance. And if you see businesses that are actually started small and they are big now, it's all about finance, and it now depends on where they got their own finance from. Their own finance could be profit from the small start, and their own finance could be business loan and all that. Their own finance could be grant, and and their own finance could actually be from investors as well. So it could come from different places. So, and this is why finance and funds are known as the life of any business. Funds, finance, they are the life of it. In fact, they are the heartbeats of any business. And you simply cannot function properly unless you have an adequate amount of money accessible to you and your business. If not, you start to get worried unnecessarily. And you start to get worried on unnecessary things, on things that are not even. So that's that about it. So when dealing with business finance, it's okay. Before that, let me just take the first importance of business finance. The first importance of business finance is your capital. If you don't have your capital and you have a business idea, forget it. The business idea will just be inside you, and it could die inside you, right inside you. So capital is the most important tool when it comes to bridging the gap between your production and your sales. And business finance can be used for a number of important purposes, which includes financial statements, strategic planning, your finance itself, and promotions. These are the basic ones we'll be talking about today. So for financial statements, when dealing with business finance, it's very important to go through your financial statements and connect the dot, like cross the T's and dot the I's. And this is between your profit and your loss, as well as your balance sheet, your cash flow statement, and you can then conclude from your document if there is a shortage of capital. And business finance can provide the tools to plan strategies for correcting the shortage. Let me take that again. After you have dotted the I's and crossed the T's on your financial statement, you will be able to know whether there is shortage of capital. And when you know if there is shortage of capital or not, business finance can actually provide the tools to help you plan, or the tools to plan strategies for correcting this shortage. And that's where stock taking comes in. If you don't know how to take stocks in your business, start now, start today. You need to know how many the quantity of your product, and the quantity of your product at the beginning of your business. Then you need to follow up the quantity that is being sold, at what amount. Then you need to reconcile your account, you need to balance your account, and you need to monitor how cash flows into your account as well. How cash flows in and how cash flows out. And do not forget, a lot of business owners make this statement: do not forget yourself. Do not forget to pay yourself. You put yourself on a payroll. As you're paying other staff, you pay yourself as well. Because if you feel, I'm a business owner, the business is mine. You just pay your staff, and whenever you need money, you just dip and inside that business money and just do whatever you want to do, and the thing will actually sweet you. My dear brethren in Christ, my dear brothers and sisters, you are sitting on a very wet toilet roll, because if you sit on that wet toilet roll, you end up falling basically. So do not spend your business money anyhow. You need to pay yourself, because you're also working, and that will actually allow you, it will actually enable you to be able to monitor your cash flow. You won't have unnecessary headache concerning that. So another important purpose of capital is strategic planning. Because every business should have a solid strategy in place. You don't just sleep and have the idea, then wake up tomorrow morning and want to execute that idea. No, it doesn't work that way. Because before you know it, you just see that the idea is just living in a world. It was living in a world of its own while you were asleep, and it's not coming to reality. So every business should have a solid strategy in place, and this is used for planning and providing the financial groundwork for your projections and also your plans. So if you're looking to expand your business, you will use business finance to tell you how much you will have to spend to get things moving. That is number one thing. Take, for example, you want to start a bottled water business. How much does a bottled water company supply a pack of bottled water? How many packs of bottled water can you afford to pay for from the company? You need to reach an agreement with them. And if you have, you can afford just 100 packs. From there, even before you make your order, calculate your profit, calculate the selling price, the cost price, which will actually make you able to know what your profit is going to be. Then calculate it. If it's okay by you, then you also calculate how many days or how many weeks it will take you, or how many hours it will take you to finish selling that 100 pack. And you don't have to wait till all the 100 packs of water finish before you order another one. You understand? So that's actually one of the solid strategy you need to put in place. And I said, if you're looking to expand your business, you use business finance to tell you how much you have to spend and to get things moving. So those strategic plans help you to determine whether or not your company is meeting its long and short-term goals. So basically, if you're starting a business, you need to have a short-term goal, and you also need to have a long-term goal. So talking about finance, it's not uncommon to run into cash flow difficulties. It's a normal thing in business. If you're a business person, you'll run into cash flow difficulties. And when this happens, business finance is a vital tool for managing and understanding your financing options. By incorporating this information into your financial statement, you can make more educated decisions about how much capital to borrow. And you can also decide which options make the most sense and your repayment schedule. There's a repayment schedule that could break one's neck. You don't just run into any loan. Maybe you hear that this person is doing loan, that company is doing loan, this financial institution is doing loan. You don't have to hurry. You have to sit and weigh your options, balance it properly, see if the repayment terms and conditions are conducive for you. This is about you and your business. See if it's conducive for you. And while you're taking that loan, do not rely on the outcome of the business alone. You don't have to rely on it alone, because there are times that you could run into cash flow difficulties. So if you run into cash flow difficulties, how would you now pay back the loan? So, and that's why while you're running that, you also work on your investors as well. We've discussed that earlier in the show. Then promotion. It's all well and good having a great product and business model, but to be a successful business owner or for your business to be successful, you need people to be aware of you. There's a need for awareness for your business. And how do you do that? I've said that earlier in the show, that your business, your services, your products will publicize you. And the best way to do this is through promotion and through marketing. If your services are top notch, if your product is top notch, if your business is top notch, and if you yourself is top notch, you don't have to be expensive to be top notch. If everything about you is top notch, all the top notches would actually take you to the top. So take that home today. If everything about you is top notch as a business person, all the top notches will take you to the top. So, and there's a large demand for market research. So most of the time, this does not come cheap. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't expect to achieve it within 3 months of starting a business. Because if if you hope to achieve that within 3 months of starting a business without facing any difficulty, my dear, is it a ritual you want to go and start doing? So you need to just take it one step at a time and be patient. There's no need to rush because Rome wasn't built in a day. So with this, it's important to set aside a section of your finance to be put towards making sure that your product is accessible to your target market. And don't forget, I said earlier that your target market does not have to be everyone. If your target market is everyone, then forget it. You're not ready for business because there's no how. There's no how you can do it. Your target market cannot be everyone. Have a specific target market, age range and all that for your product and services, and work on them. With that, you would actually have a better force or a fuller force on your target market than making your target market everyone. If your target market is everyone, or if you have in mind that your target market is everyone, or if your plan is that your target market is everyone, then maybe by the time you tell someone about your product and services and the person rejects it, you feel so dejected, like you feel discouraged. So once you know your target market, once you have a target market and you know your target market, then you can push out your business to them, and it won't be difficult for them to accept you or to accept whatever you've actually brought to them. And don't forget, when you're starting a business, expect a no from 1,001 people. So once you hear no, you don't have to be discouraged. You need to keep pushing, because don't forget that the people that said no yesterday are still the same person that will come back to patronize you when they see you're consistent. Consistency is another thing. You have to be consistent on whatever you do, because take for example, you cannot open your shop today and close it tomorrow, close it day after tomorrow, or maybe between in 7 days in a week, you only kept your shop open within 3 days. My dear, you're going to lose customers, you're going to lose investors, because no one would even want to invest in that kind of business, because no one will want to lose money. Every investor wants a very good return on investment, and they will keep investing. The only thing you're just doing for these investors is you're putting their money to work. And while you're putting their money to work, you're having your own profit and they are having their own return on investment. So before we go, let me give you this key takeaways. Business finance is key in any business, summarily. And if your finances are mishandled or poorly managed, then you could run into some serious issues further down the line. Like I said, serious issues like the business could just collapse and you won't see your capital, you won't see your profit, you won't see anything. Everything will just go down the line. And that's why getting a grip on your business finance is a top priority whose importance should never emphasized. I'm emphasizing that. Whose importance should never be underestimated. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of the Wealth Folio. Do join us same time next week on Wednesday between the hour of 11 and 11:45 for another edition of the the Wealth Folio, your business and finance show on Lagoon Radio. Hope you had a swell time. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at Lagoon Radio Nigeria, Instagram and Twitter at Lagoonradio.Ng, and of course our YouTube channel on LagoonTV. And for more questions, for comments, for observations, you can send into our studio line on 08189 Lagoon. That's 08189524666. Do have a nice day. I still remain Olabisi Simidele Oke.
You put your hand go up, your name go open doors. You self go be a boss. Amen, amen. Every hustler getting paid.